my name is Sveta. I'm a singer, songwriter from Belarus, and I'm really good at being happy. Do you want to be happy? Like every day, like even when it's an objectively bad day, I can help you with that. I can't guarantee that you will get happy and stay happy because happiness definitely comes from within, but I can give you the tricks and hacks to happiness that work for me. Happiness. Well, I'm qualified to talk about how to be happy because I was born in the Soviet Union in a house without hot water and without a toilet. And by the age of 16, somehow I found myself in the White House, Washington, D.C., eating canapes topped with cream stuffed raspberries and mingling with people who are changing the world. Okay, for most of my life, I lived in Belarus, and I was in some type of trouble all the time with the KGB because of my connections to the West. It was just part of my life. I had a boyfriend who was making a documentary about the Orange Revolution in Ukraine in 2005, and we were constantly followed by strange men. They'd sit on benches, hiding behind newspapers whenever we left the house. It was terrifying and not very conducive of happiness. Later, I survived the 2020 protests in Minsk where grenades were thrown at us, and my family and I hid in the bathroom thinking it was the end because all we heard was explosions surrounding us. Then a neighbor, who I thought was a friend, reported me to the police for supporting Ukraine in 2022, and I knew it was time to leave Belarus and get happy. In 2024, I finally moved to Poland with my 2 human kids and 2 fur kids, and a hole in my heart the size of a dog whose loss I couldn't even mourn. But things didn't get easier. Being an immigrant, I sent my 4-year-old to kindergarten, and it didn't go good. And one day, I found some number 2 in his things, and I didn't even think how terrible it was at the time. I felt stuck in a fight and flight mode. I didn't even record the incident. I felt like if I complained, something bad would happen, and that was my life. At the same time, I went to fancy dates and jazz clubs and galleries, but one of those dates, I got assaulted. By the end of 2024, my loose marbles were all over the floor. My income halved, and I wasn't getting enough money to pay for my daughter's school. That Christmas, we had to do with nothing. We had to find joy in life, in recycled toys, in used clothing, in make impossible choices. We had to decide between butter or chocolate because that was the only money we had. I started fasting to save money because that was a whole day I could go without eating. Every small emotional purchase that I made before came to haunt me. Long story short, November, December, and January, if it was a movie, The Pursuit of Happiness, it was my I need my $14 back moment. And yet I found ways to stay positive and be in a good mood. I turned all my hardships into lessons. I started saving money, and I learned to make a lot of new dishes that I'm going to share with you. I became a survivor because I decided that I'm going to stay happy.